This is Chris over at SkyTech Enterprise Solutions. And in today's video, we take a look at a very popular cybersecurity career track. This one is called SOC Analyst, which the SOC basically stands for Security Operations Center. And this particular career track has become, I want to say it's exploded over the last 3 to 4 years, maybe longer. But it's really come to light that this is a very smooth, I wouldn't say easy, but it's a smooth career track to get into. It's almost like the help desk counterpart of cybersecurity, right? So it's just like when you're getting into regular IT, a lot of people say go into help desk, do your A plus, get a help desk job, learn technology, and then you move on to whatever else you want to do, networking, programming, database, what have you. It seems that the SOC analyst position is that entry level for the cybersecurity field. So today we'll just take a very brief overview, a very brief look, right, at what a SOC analyst does. I've done a little write-up here. We're not going to do, too much today. We're just simply going to read this thing out and talk about it. And in subsequent videos, we might get into more detail. So let's get into it. So the summary here is saying that a SOC analyst, which is a SOC or Security Operations Center analyst, is a cybersecurity professional who works within a team in the SOC to monitor, analyze, and respond to cybersecurity incidents and threats. Right? The SOC is a centralized unit that deals with security issues on an organizational level. So within the organization, every unit, right, can have its own different security issues. So the finance team may have their own security issues. The IT group itself may have its own security issues. HR may have theirs. The guys down at the warehouse may have their own security issues, right? But the SOC is the centralized unit that deals with all the security issues on an organizational level. And we're talking only about IT. SOC analysts play a crucial role in the defense against cyber attacks and in ensuring the security and integrity of the organization's information assets. I think that sentence is pretty self-explanatory. SOC analysts are important, especially talking about cybersecurity. They play a very crucial role with the company in terms of guarding against or defending against cyber attacks, right? Hackers, phishing, social engineering, malware attacks, and so on and so forth. Okay. So in terms of the key responsibilities of a SOC analyst, number one, we have monitoring security tools and alerts. And this entails continuously monitoring security tools like SIEM tools. Okay, this goes back to Splunk and the others, right? These are SIEM tools for security, information, and event management. So continuously monitoring SIEM tools and alerts to identify potential security incidents. So continuous monitoring, that's a big deal. That's when you know that someone is trying to break in to your system in real time. Threat hunting could also be real time, or it could be not continuous, right? If you're hunting a threat, you could either be looking at your system as it's being used live, or you can also go and look at old log files that have been collected, let's say yesterday, right? So It all depends what you're looking for, what you're hunting. All right, the next responsibility here is incident analysis and response. And then under this one, they analyze potential security incidents to determine their nature and scope and respond to incidents by following predefined procedures to mitigate threats. This part here, predefined procedures. This means that someone or a team or whoever sat down and predefined procedures, right? Standard operating procedures. So SOPs. So here, I can actually put in here SOPs, standard operating procedures. Oh, look at that. I can type today. Look. So again, the SOC analyst responds to incidents by following predefined procedures, SOPs, to mitigate threats, right? So someone sits down and says, this is how we're going to interact. This is how we're going to operate. This is how we're going to act when X happens, when Y occurs, and before Z happens, right? So these SOPs are a big deal in every single SOC environment, and mainly in a lot of operational IT environments where you have to have a plan A, a plan B, a C, and a backup. Okay, because you're dealing with real-time threats and valuable data. Okay, moving on. So here in this list, right? So not in any particular order, but the other responsibility of a SOC analyst is threat intelligence. So the whole idea here is to stay updated with the latest cybersecurity trends, threats, and vulnerabilities to anticipate and defend against potential security issues. And this can take many forms, right? Um, staying up to date with the latest cybersecurity trends could take many forms, right? It could be um, subscribing to certain, could be subscribing to certain newsletters, could be attending seminars, right? Could be your software getting updated with the latest um, information about virus attacks, right? So you have software, either it's intrusion detection services, your firewalls, your malware software, etc. All these softwares need to be patched. They need to be updated, right? So you go into a piece of software and update it. When you patch it, basically what they do is that the software gets to become aware of this new virus that's been attacking systems, so that when that virus attacks your system can then recognize it and mitigate it, right? So again, stay up. So this statement here is kind of loaded. Um, so the SOC analyst basically stays updated with the latest cybersecurity trends, threats, and vulnerabilities to anticipate and defend against potential security issues. The next one here is reporting and documentation. Um, so the task here is to document incidents and threats comprehensively, including actions taken and outcomes. Okay. Prepare reports on incident trends and security posture for higher management. Security posture. What does that mean? It's basically and I hate to use the word in the definition, right? So what's the security posture? You go, it's the posture of the company in terms of security. It makes sense, right? But to break it down, basically we're saying, how is this company prepared for a threat, right? Or vulnerability or trends in cybersecurity? How's this company prepping to stay updated, right? How is this company saying, look, we have all this data, it's valuable data. We know hacking will never stop. So we've patched all our systems, right? That's your security posture. And it can come in many forms. There's SOPs, there's governance documentation on, every level. You have various systems like Microsoft Azure environments. You can have your AD in the cloud, or you can have it hybrid in the cloud and local, right? You have other servers, your Oracle server sitting somewhere. Who knows? People may still have, things like Sybase, SQL Server on-prem. These are all vulnerabilities, right? So how is this company? What's the security posture, right? What's the stance that says we're going to protect all these assets that we have, right? So as a SOC analyst, one of your jobs is to document incidents and threats comprehensively, okay, including the actions that were taken when these things occurred. Because trust me, no matter how tough your defense is, something always comes through, right? So when that happens, what actions were taken and what were the outcomes? How much downtime occurred, um, or whether any downtime occurred, right? What computers got infected? What data got compromised? What PII got leaked, right? And all that. So, I mean, this thing runs the gamut. It could be preparing um, statements, right? Just word of mouth statements, or coming up with reports for the CIO, Information Officer. Who knows, right? It's just a wide variety. But the main idea is that you're documenting incidents and threats. Incidents and threats. So that's a key takeaway from there. The next item here is improving security posture. Again, we're back to posture, which is the stance a company takes in terms of securing its IT assets. So this includes data, software, hardware. Um, so yeah, under that, we're saying recommend improvements in security policies, procedures, and technologies to strengthen the organization's security posture. Again, we're getting this word. I guess by the end of this clip, posture would be a favorite word of everyone on here. The next responsibility is collaboration and communication. The SOC analyst works closely with other SOC team members and with other IT departments, such as, with other departments, such as IT, HR, legal, um, as necessary during the investigation and response to incidents. Yeah, I mean, this happens. If you have a system where someone's somehow social security numbers get onto a certain system, or it could be a system where permissions are set on assets, right, on files within the system, and then somehow someone who's not supposed to see someone's social security number stumbles upon it, right? That's a breach. That's a data leak. Okay. All kinds of things can happen. And the SOC analyst basically works closely with these other teams, HR, legal, as necessary during the investigation and response um, activities, right? Could also be talking to the help desk guys and finding out where this came from, who put in the ticket, what happened, and then, going to, let's say, so you're going from tier one help desk guys to tier two to tier three technicians who actually solve the issue. Who knows, right? It's a big deal. Okay, so technical skills needed to be a SOC analyst. You need knowledge of cybersecurity principles, technologies. So here, firewalls, antivirus, intrusion detection systems, and intrusion prevention systems, right? So a system that can prevent the attack and a system that can detect the attack, okay? And frameworks. You also need proficiency in using security tools and understanding of network protocols and architecture. And I'll just add CM in here. Experience, with CM tools. Yep. So that's pretty self-explanatory. It's not a big deal. You'll also have to have analytical skills, meaning the ability to analyze and interpret complex data from various sources to identify signs of security breaches. Yeah, so you need to know what you're doing, right? I think this is the, I won't say meat and bones, but this is the essence of the job description, right? Of a SOC analyst. Yes, these cybersecurity principles, the technologies, the hardware, the software, the frameworks, the CM tools, but what are you doing with it? And what are they helping you do? Right? So you have to have that analytical mindset that says, I want to find out who logged on from where, right? What IP address? Okay, did this logon attempt come from? Um, right? What's the computer name? What's the MAC address of the computer? What's the username? Right? You have to have that mindset, that analytical skill, in order to even make all these technical gadgetry make sense, right? So you have to have that ability to analyze and interpret complex data, right? If you've seen a repeated logon attempt from a specific computer username or um, whatever, you know what I mean? It could be a service account. If you've seen that, what could be happening? Is it just one guy sitting somewhere and trying to attempt to log on 3, 4, 5 times? And oh, by the way, how come on the fourth attempt, the account did not get locked out? Because that shows some kind of a brute force attack or a persistent um, login, right? So yeah, it might be a good guy who just forgot his password, or it could be a bad guy, or it could be a service account that everyone's forgotten about, and it's simply trying to run a service on some server, and it's attempting to authenticate and hitting your domain controllers and generating this um, pattern within your log files. You know what I mean? So you have to have that analytical skill to identify signs of security breaches. Okay, so I think this is where experience comes in. And this sort of thing, I mean, you can learn it. It'll take time to learn, but because you can learn the theory, but you have to know it in practice, in reality. If it were to happen, how do you identify what's a security breach? You know. Also, you have to have problem solving skills, which is the capacity to think critically and solve problems under pressure, often in real time as cyber incidents unfold. And I think what I just mentioned was more problem solving skills as opposed to analytical. Analytical is mainly like looking at some data and trying to make sense of it, I guess. You're looking at log files. And again, you're going to need these tools. These CM tools are magic when it comes to analyzing data, right? Especially if you know what you're looking for. But the problem solving skills have to be there no matter what. If you don't have it, it's going to be a problem. So the next skill set here, which is basically across all careers, I think, is communication skills, which is the ability to communicate effectively, both in writing and verbally. Don't forget, you're going to be writing reports, so you have to know how to write. And you have to know how to format, right? You guys saw me doing this. You're gonna have to know how to format. You're gonna have to know how to present your thoughts clearly, etc. And yeah, I have to get rid of all these guys here, but you catch my drift. So yeah, this is a good habit to have. Um, things like this will really be a good asset. I'm not saying you should master Microsoft Word, but you should have a good sense of how to format, be they PowerPoint documents or as you're watching me do Microsoft Word documents. The next part of this here is basically the life of an IT person. I mean, I don't know too much about other careers, but I'm sure, in today's world, no career is stagnant. So basically, it's like, oh, you learn it and that's the end of it. No, you have to keep learning continuously. Whether you have whether you have certifications, you still have to um, keep upgrading your certs, right? You can't let a cert expire, nor can you let a training get old, right? You have to keep at it. So this is nonstop. So it basically said the cybersecurity field is rapidly evolving, so a commitment to continuous learning and staying updated with the latest in cybersecurity trends and technologies is essential. Educational requirements may vary, but typically a bachelor's degree in computer science, cybersecurity, or a related field is expected. Certifications such as, let's put this over here, certifications such as CompTIA Security Plus, CEH, which is a certified ethical hacker, CISSP, certified information security, sorry, certified information systems security professional can be advantageous. And then starting as a SOC analyst can be a foundational step in the cybersecurity career, offering a pathway to a more advanced role, such as SOC manager, if you want to do that. You can also become a cybersecurity analyst, an incident responder, or a security architect. Yeah, but there's more career paths within the cyber um, area. This is not the whole list. I'll find it and make another video about it. These certifications, I think I made a video about getting your CompTIA Security Plus cert. If you look at my video, if you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see these videos on there. These are really good certifications to have. And when it comes to certifications, these are good investments, and there's no maximum cert you can have. Some people have 7 certs, some people have 3, some others have 5. It all depends on what you're trying to accomplish, and get in the habit of writing a cert or 2 each year. You may have to write it a couple of times, but hey, no one's perfect, and that's okay too. If you knock it out first time, that is awesome. Kudos to you. So this is my intro to this ever popular career called within the cybersecurity environment called the SOC analyst. We'll be making more videos about this career path, but yeah, I mean this is a great path if you're interested in getting into cybersecurity. The job itself is, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's manageable, right? It's doable, as people say. If you prep properly, you can easily get into the field and then learn as you go. The job has this flexibility of, sometimes you have night shifts and some are day shifts. A ton of them are work from home. And as we can see, the SOC uh, is booming. That field is booming because cyber threat never ends, right? It's like there's always a threat somewhere. Every day you wake up, some bank got hacked, some shopping giant um, got a security breach on their customers' data. It's always some credit card company got compromised. This thing never ends. So this is a great place to be in terms of careers. If you can get into it, I think you should. It's a good investment to get these certs and get all the training that you need and apply for jobs. I mean, this is the holy grail. So yeah, there you have it. SOC analyst, security operations center analyst. Amazing um, career path to get into if you're interested in entering the cybersecurity environment. All right, and then in other videos we'll get into more detail into different aspects of this particular career choice. But This is a very good one here. All right, guys. Talk to you in the next video.